I mean, we did a good pearl this week, but we decided that okay, that look, it seems pretty strong from them, so we ban it, and we were sure we were precise with the Lotus pick, so we made extra hours on Lotus this week.
Hey guys, this is Pedro back with another interview, this time covering VCT Americas Stage 1, Week 2. My guest at this time is Adam, the head coach of KRU Esports, coming off of their victory over Sentinels 2-0 to thus continue their season in good momentum. So, Adam, thank you so much for the opportunity. This time coming off of a win over Sentinels. I mean, it's fair to say that there was plenty of anticipation regarding this matchup given how you guys were performing in addition to the other team last week. And so, I mean, for you guys to continue this season with another W, what's going through your mind?
Well, we are. I'm pretty happy with the boys. We They did a really good performance today. I have high expectations from players like keznit, like Mazino, for example, and I believe as they were above my expectations today. So that makes me happy. Also, the team has been working in depth, like a lot of maps, a lot of stuff, and I'm proud of that. That we are getting payback on our work, and also on the staff. That I believe that we played really well the draft, and I believe that what that was significant for today's win. And overall, happy. As I told you earlier, kind of tired. It's been a long year, and only March, April now, soon. So overall happy, tired, and focus on the next games.
I mean, you kind of mentioned it right then and there as to like the way of the growth of the team in terms of having to grow their map pool, and we saw this happen in real time today with Sentinels picking the Lotus, and then you guys going for the Icebox, both of the maps in which you guys really haven't had many chances to play in an official setting. I mean, it kind of set the tone given you guys' victory in Lotus 13-7 that would then carry you over into Icebox. But like not focusing on the match, I want to ask you about the growth or more so the focus on to focusing a lot of maps this year compared to last year, because last year I remember like you guys didn't really play certain maps, and I remember this one question I asked you back in Champions about not playing Bind at all, and you guys going for that. A massive turnaround this year now with you guys focusing on that. What how have you guys been kind of focusing or more so improving the map pool while also trying to cover a lot of things within the game for the team?
Yeah. The thing with the Mapu is that we, as the staff, we can cover the 7 maps that are in rotation, but the trick is in how fast can we work the maps with the team, with the players, because the preparations, you need to be careful that the preparation is not too long, because the player will be born, and it can be too short, because if the preparation is too short, that you won't be able to prepare the maps on time. So we spoke with the team once the kickoff was done. We spoke with them that we wanted to have a better and a bigger map pool this year, and that we needed their compromise with this plan. So they have been working pretty hard, harder than any other year. So that gives us like more room to to take the maps in a different approach, to approach them like differently, and it's pretty good. Like I believe that today that capability paid us, um, and we're going to keep going on the same road.
I mean, walk me through how you guys were able to sort of prepare the game plan, for these two maps, and what were some of the things that you guys focused on in terms of just trying to stop Sentinels and from executing their usual stuff in Lotus and also the Icebox. What was the overall game plan you guys focused on more than any other aspect of the game?
Yeah, our game plan on a weekly basis goes through which maps are the strongest from our rival, and which maps are our strongest for this week. Like that this week that we had to prepare Sentinels game. What were our better maps on Prax, and so we try to make a balance between what is strong for them, what is strong for us, and that's how we decide um, what we want to play at. We knew that Pearl was a strong map from then. We had the theory that they would pick Lotus as they did or split. That was our second outcome. And Pearl, I mean, we did a good Pearl this week, but we decided that okay, that look, it seems pretty strong from them, so we ban it. And we were sure we were precise with the Lotus pick. So we made extra hours on Lotus this week, and kind of that's like the thought process in like how things go with the map pool.
I want to ask you about Icebox, and this is where we saw you guys use the Harbor Viper thing, something that was like pretty popular back then, like in 2023. You know, all that kind of stuff. What made you want to go for that approach again? And for this match against Sentinels.
Yeah, I think that we had a comfortable week playing Icebox. Um, it's always the same plan. Like we had good Icebox this week. We were pretty confident on that map, and also it's hard to find strong harbor players. It's hard to have the users. There are a few, less than five strong harbors in the world, and we have one that is Mazino. So it's a pretty logical comp for us, and it was a pretty logical pick for us for this week.
I mean, and it's essentially that in which it was one reason as to why you guys were able to come out on top. The performance of Mazino and Keznit, by all things considered, and obviously, such is the way to be, such is the way to expect for these kinds of players to contribute to the success of crew. But like, how important was it for this team to see players like Mazino, like Kesnet to rise to the occasion and contribute and basically lead the team to a victory in a match such as this?
What was? Can you repeat the question?
Yeah,
What was
how
there?
im- how important is the influence to of players like
Oh,
Mazino and Kesnet that allows you guys to play so well as you guys did?
oh yeah. When it comes down to influence, I believe that in in the team the guys trust too much between each other. So when they see that someone is performing really strong, I believe that the whole team let's get hyped when Kesnit is having a strong performance. He's a strong performer. Usually the team just follow like the path. Like we see that he is going strong. He is winning every fight. So everybody says like let's raise our arms and go with him, go with the flow. Also with Masino, and Masino is in a harder position to perform that strong that as he did today because of his role. But again, like he was doing pretty good today, and the team was just getting hype with him.
I mean, it's also interesting to look at the progression of crew, given the rough start you guys had at the beginning of the year. Given that Adverso was just trying to fight as hard as he could to just get comfortable in that environment. Given that he like had little time to settle down in Los Angeles, taking care of like his other stuff back home. And then crew did the best as you guys could, finishing ultimately in fourth. A pretty good showing, but obviously like you guys wanted more than that. And so, moving on from kickoff, having to look at, the state of the team from that time, having to adjust through Masters, through the period before stage one, and even up until now. What did you kind of emphasize the most, Adam, that, the very least can put you guys in a pretty comfortable position to contend in the league?
Mm, I believe that we made a lot of emphasis on the new meta. Um, we saw that. most of the teams are playing Tejo right now. But we believe that the edge of the meta is not just Tejo, is also the combination with Yoru. Yoru reach Tejo. That's what makes sense. So it's a different play style, pretty different on what we were used to. So it's another thing that we spoke with the team, that this is the plan, and we need you guys to be committed into this, to have this clear that we need to work hard, because if we are going to play this comp, we need to learn how to play different things that we are not used to. And we work a lot of that. And also, um, we are working, like, currently working a lot on our team play, that I believe is something that is more valuable than any time in the game, also because of the meta. So our team play is getting better day by day, and I believe that we still have a lot of room to improve.
And definitely, at the very least, you guys are on the right track to continuing this momentum. That one more question is going to be a short one. Looking over into the team schedule, 2 game EG 100 Thieves. What are your thoughts on the road ahead?
I believe that also I feel that everything is going so fast. Like, we only have 3 games remaining, um, and I believe it's going to be important games. I believe tomorrow's game between 100 Tips and EG is going to be a strong game, and we will have more insights on how are the EG guys doing. And I believe that 2G plays on Sunday, so today is fresh to say, because we all the teams had played only 1 game, so we don't have too much to say. But I believe that next week we will have more insights. But I think that we already played 2 of the hardest games, but I'm pretty sure that we still have to keep fighting.
And knowing you, you're probably going to put the team in a pretty good position in when the time does come for you guys to face these 3 teams. Adam, thank you so much for the opportunity, for the interview, answering all of my questions as always, and of course, best of luck for you in the road ahead.
Thank you.